I mean, we all got buzzing, and I imagine that the Joy Sports newsroom was full of argumentative opinions about why Leroy Sané was dropped. But is it the most high-profile exclusion, first of all, in the team?
No. We've seen other high-profile exclusions in other squads, and for him, it's a huge one, because if you look at his potential as a player in the Premier League and playing in one of the clubs that's considered the best in the world, which is Manchester City, winning the Premier League under one of the best managers, Pep Guardiola, who rates him in high esteem, it was quite a surprise for him to be not selected for the Germany squad, which is a big nation for the World Cup, and as already they've won the World Cup, and then they are hoping to maintain the World Cup, defend the World Cup. So at the moment, everyone's thinking that if you have one of the highest potential players that's coming up and you've dropped him, then who else can you take? But then Joachim Löw, being the boss himself, took him out for various reasons that we've not yet heard from him personally himself to explain. But then if you look at what is coming out from the German media, it's all about what he considers a very long-term thinking that Leroy Sané hasn't been the player that we see him with Manchester City with the national team. He's not the same Leroy Sané of flamboyancy and skills and breaking into defenses. He's not seen him reflect that same performance with the national team, and that's one of the basic reasons why he took him out. Also, possible ones that we're thinking about is the fact that Leroy Sané didn't make himself available for the Confederations Cup when he needed him. So that being one of the backstories, he didn't think that the player was maybe enough committed to the national team as he is with his club football. That's why he dropped him as well. So and other factors has to be with players in the same position. He said that his first lineup will always have to do with Royce, Müller, and Draxler in attack with his front three. So even if Leroy Sané was going to be in that team, he's not going to be a starter. He was definitely going to be on the bench. So considering all these factors, and the fact that the general performance of the team that he has studied with their campaign till now, he doesn't feel that Leroy Sané has the same commitment or the strength or firepower that he's going to bring to this Germany team as other players is going to bring to the team. Right,
other squads have been done, but obviously this is the big one in terms of what's making the news. And the quote from Jogi Löw says that, and I'm quoting him, says, Draxler, Royce and Müller are set. Leroy has a huge talent. He will be back again from September. He has not arrived in international matches yet. It was a very close decision. If it was a 100-meter race, it would have been a photo finish. Let's not forget that he chose Brandt ahead of, and that's got a lot of people talking, because statistics-wise, I mean, Brandt does not come close to Leroy Sané.
Very true. And the argument for Brandt is that is the fact that Leroy Sané missed the Confederations Cup and Brandt was at the Confederations Cup. He didn't start all the games, but then he came in the second half and showed a lot of promise in those games that he was playing. Also, with Joachim Löw, with his team that he's always trying to bring the transition from the under-21s to the national team, Brandt is someone that they've really studied from under-17, and they've seen the potential that the boy has. The numbers goes with Sané all the time, but I think the manager is looking for commitment. He thinks that everybody has a talent, everybody can be on form. Leroy Sané can be on form with the club football, but he doesn't think that with his performance he's shown with the national team, he doesn't expect him to continue it with the national team. But then he's shown good football with Manchester City, but he doesn't see him bringing the same with the national. With Brandt, doesn't have the numbers, but when it comes to the commitment, everybody has talent. The German players, there's no bad player in that team. So if everybody has the talent, what else can you give me? Commitment is what Brandt brings. Leroy Sané doesn't bring.
Right, and the reaction on social media has been frenzied. I mean, it's well, it's not broken the internet. What has actually broken the internet has been Leo Messi's picture with goats. But we'll talk about that in a bit. He actually took pictures with goats. And who's Julian Brandt? I mean, but just to give you an idea, he is the player Liverpool wanted to sign, really, even more than Mohamed Salah. It was when they didn't get him that they went for Mo Salah. But Hans is with me in the studio as well. Tactical decisions, disciplinary decisions, and playing to coaches' instructions are so important that you've got a player of undoubted, undisputed quality like Leroy Sané. And I saw, a couple of people saying that if this were Ghana and a player of the quality of Leroy Sané, what would have been the reaction here?
I would have broken loose in Ghana. I actually thought about it earlier on now.
Yeah.
See, it tells you, it sends the message that the German team is not about the individuals, it's about the group. And so, no matter how talented you are, if you cannot fit into the system, you can't be a part of the team. Secondly, I feel that Joachim Löw built his team a long time ago. He's always had an idea of who and who are going to go.
You can tell.
Yeah,
you can tell.
And so, if one of the possible reasons why he dropped him was the fact that he failed to turn up for the Confederations Cup, it tells you that, he started team building a long time ago. And so, if you're not part of it, then it becomes difficult for you to even break into his squad. Yeah. The third thing is that look at the numbers. 12 international games for Germany. No good. It paints a picture of just how not so good it's been for Diamond Shaft. And so, yes, I mean, again, there's a World Cup winner. Look, when you say everything...
As somebody said on Twitter, some people were arguing, have you won a World Cup before?
When you say everything, you have to consider the fact that this is a World Cup winner.
Give him the benefit of the doubt.
Exactly. So he knows what he's doing. We saw the mistake Diego Maradona did with Argentina, the Argentine squad for the 2010 World Cup. A team that has zero balance.
Was it? Who did you omit? Was it Cambiaso? One of the guys.
Sacrificed a midfielder and took a world of attacking talent to the World Cup. In the end, clearly what affected Argentina was that they had so many attacking players and nobody to do the dirty job. Yeah. And so you look at the German team now and you realize that the only way Sane could have gotten in if a midfielder had been sacrificed. You understand me? And he wasn't going to do that. One individual, he's not going to compromise the strength of the group for one individual to go to the World Cup again. He can't even justify it per the numbers that the player has shown for the German national team. So, yes, as talented as he may be, he hasn't really made the impact for the coach to trust him. It's about trust also. A lot of these players...
Trust, yeah, I know trust is a big issue.
Exactly, yeah. I mean, he's taking players that he simply trusts. If you name the players one by one, I think that there are players in there who might not be, who Sane might be in better form than. Yeah. But the coach has more trust for those players than Leroy Sane. And the numbers again justify it.
In 1970, when Brazil was going to the World Cup, they had an unbelievable array of attacking talents. I mean, everybody said, "Are you mad? Where's the balance in the team?" But I mean, Zagallo said, "I know what I'm doing." And eventually he became the first to win as a player and then as a coach as well. Jairzinho scored in every round, a goal in every round, and all that. So, coach's decisions. Let's localize it. I mean, I remember the time 8 to 10 years ago, Richard Kingston was unattached.
Baba Amando.
I mean, we've seen it so many times. Richard Kingston didn't have a club, but coach upon coach kept calling him into the national team because they felt that he was the best for the job. You've got the Egyptian national team squad that's been named today as well, and you've got a few odd choices. And sometimes the national team call-up don't seem to make sense, but it's about all the factors Hans has given. We have a dissenter in the house.
Yeah,
Benedict wants to dissent.
The Richard Kingston issue.
Yeah.
At that point, Richard Kingston, anytime he was given a call-up to the national team, was doing very well.
He delivered.
We had Samir J. He was the number one. But for what he did, which is something we've always been talking about when he said when Richard Kingston came, they put him in a second position and that he wasn't so cool with that. Because at that point, I thought that Samir J was doing very well. Yeah. That he could have easily been the number one. But when Richard Kingston came, almost every time unattached, but he was doing very well. But talk about the Leroy Sane issue. Yes, you can talk about you can look at the statistics at a national team level that when he goes to national team, he doesn't perform. But let's look at the guy's current form. What he's done for his club at Manchester City. He's won the PFA Young Player of the Year. Why don't you give him the benefit of the doubt? Why don't you give him a chance at the World Cup? Probably maybe all the years that we've seen him.
The benefit of the doubt came in the friendly matches.
Yeah, in the friendly. Well, how many friendly matches did they play? Is the friendly match same as the World Cup? Then you say that when Kevin Prince Boateng came to Ghana and the friendlies part to the our tournament in South Africa, then probably you would have said that Milo shouldn't have taken Kevin Prince Boateng to that tournament. Because again, Netherlands, what did he do? He didn't play anything. Against Jamaica as well, he didn't play anything. But when we went to the tournament, Boateng was one of our best players together with Andre Ayew and then Asamoah Gyan. So what are you talking about?
No, but you see... It's been about a system, and clearly the young man does not fit into the system.
No, I'm saying that I understand that.
Yes.
Yeah, Hans was talking about how this team probably would have, maybe the team was built some...
Yes, but have you seen Germany play?
I've seen
the guy is like a fish out of water.
I watched the game against Austria. Yeah, he was pulled out, and they still played very well, but they lost. You know, Leroy Sane, yes, he was not part of the team that played at the Confederation Cup, but they won it. But on the basis of his form, please
take the guy.
Just give him the opportunity.
Does he bring it to bear in the national team? That's a key question.
Forget about what.
How can you forget? You are Lionel Messi for your club, but you come and you are some other player from.
Your hands for
I will agree. I only will agree with Lo if it's got nothing to do with football reasons, but based on what we've seen this season. How many opportunities have been to be given Jordan Ayew in the Black Stars?
You see,
so
unfortunately, so let me answer that question.
No,
let me answer the question.
I'm coming. You answer. I mean,
we don't have the luxury of what they have.
No, I know, but we
give
opportunities to players in our national team at club level. They play very well, but when they come here, what do we see? They don't perform.
You see,
but they still come.
Let me throw the question back at you.
That is why we haven't won the
this season is that is why we haven't won the
World Cup. Yes, fine. That is true. That is true.
I want to
look. Let me give you a. Let's localize the discussion. Raheem Ayew. Hey, Raheem Ayew. What was special about Raheem Ayew? His utility was his biggest asset.
Oh yeah, but hold on. The time Raheem Ayew made the
World Cup squad, yeah,
he had played very well at 11 wise, and then
the local Black Stars
yes. When we played 2009 Chan,
yes.
And then got into the team. At that time, he was one of our best players.
You see, but if you took, I can't remember, there were two players who were playing in Europe who equally, but you see, Raheem Ayew got in by the force of his utility alone. And Jogi Löw has spoken in the last, he's given hints that the one thing that he has been looking for has been players or have been players who follow instructions. Look, at World Cup, Abbas is how many games? It's 7 games.
Well, I know.
Look, you can't afford to have a player who, I still play this way. It is not now that you come to do an Ajiman Bedu or me.
Oh,
Ajiman Bedu,
I'm saying, I'm not disputing the fact, but my point is, based on what the guy has shown this season, you can talk about when he comes, he doesn't play well.
It is true.
But give him the opportunity, let him go, because the players in there. Have
you seen? You see the number of goals he scored this season? No, let me just make a point. Benedict, how many goals did he score? Yes. How many could he have scored if he had? How frustrating has he been for Manchester City despite his brilliant form? You answer me that question.
The coach has no. It's just that the coach is not being fair to the guy. But me, I only believe and pray that since he's won the World Cup before, so you will say
that is the point.
Yeah, so that one you give him the benefit of the doubt, and so he's done it before. So
Hans, your final point.
These decisions, but briefly,
I think that
Hans briefly come because even there is another issue in the German team. Manuel Neuer, he's been out.
And then that one as well.
Out since September. And now this guy comes back, and you make him number one.
It comes down to trust. He trusts him.
I understand. When Ter Stegen has been keeping very well for Barca in the year under review, and you put Manuel Neuer as your number one. The game against Austria, the guy was totally off.
Yes.
You understand? So I want to believe that, he's won the World Cup before, and he's a defending coach. So let him go and let's see what he will do.
There's consistency in those two decisions.
Yes.
You realize that?
Good.
It's not about your current form.
Benedict, that is what I was going to say.
There's consistency in those two decisions. Well, it's clearly not about your current form. It's about what he believes you bring to the team. You understand me? We've admitted.
You choose a player who's not been in action since September for one who's been playing.
You see, for me, if I were in his shoes, I've won the World Cup. I know how I won it. You understand me? And so I will go by the template that won me the World Cup.
The time you won the World Cup, all these players were active at their club level. Which of the players were not playing?
Now, I want to...
It was only Gomez. Gomez was not playing.
Thank you. Benedict, pause.
Pause.
I was going to bring in Fifi Fossen to read the example of Mario Gomez. I remember we all screamed. So, first, Fifi, please.
So Löw went to the 2014 World Cup, dropping one of the informed German players at the time, Mario Gomez.
Yes.
We also saw his exploit during the time at his club side. But what did he do? When he went to the tournament, he delivered. He won the World Cup, and so everything died down. So just give him the benefit of the doubt.
That decision, I'm coming. The decision will be justified or otherwise based on performance and results. Bottom line. I mean, but for now, to the extent that he's a current World Cup winning coach, there is nothing you can see.
Allow him.
All right, good. Really so about the Manuel Neuer example, you see, it's been consistent, and that's why some of these coaches it's hard not to like them. 2014, he did same. He did same in this squad with Leroy Sané. He's done same with Manuel Neuer. As somebody said, one of my German friends said, even if you give Ter Stegen the option of playing him or Manuel Neuer, even Ter Stegen will choose Manuel Neuer.
Exactly.
Do you understand? So, because it's about trust in the national team.
The guy came. He played his first 90 minutes in the game against Austria. I watched the game on Saturday, and the Manuel Neuer we've been used to was not the person I saw.
The answer I'll give you with the Brazil coach Chiche, when he spoke about Neymar, he was asked why Neymar, on the basis of the way he played, did not start the game, and he said, Neymar could have started the game, but what he wanted to do, he wants to build the guy up. And even at the World Cup, we'll be surprised because he thinks that the guy's physical fitness is okay, but in terms of fitting into the team at the moment. You may be surprised Neymar may be giving cameos. Maybe not 10-minute cameos. He might come in second half to do a specific job. And that is what national teams are about.
That I understand because they've been playing without Neymar for some time now. Yes. So you just don't come in straight away, walk into the team. Other players were doing what you were doing and probably maybe were even doing it better. But Neymar is Neymar. And if Neymar is 100% fit, I don't see why you put Neymar on the bench.
Just for emphasis, just want to give listeners how big that decision from Joachim Low is. You are looking at a player, 49 games, 14 goals and 15 assists in the Premier League. He won the Premier League, won the League Cup, PFA Young Player of the Year. Joachim Low says, look, you are still not good enough.
That's a big call, man.
Massive.
But that's a huge call. Should he fail to win the World Cup? Do we blame this decision?
Oh, no. It depends on how he fails to win the World Cup.
And it depends on how players that are going in the place of
Leroy Sané are going to. But apart from that, the German squad is solid, isn't it?
Solid.
Yeah. I mean, it's a very fantastic squad. Fifi Forson, tell us what is on myjoyonline.com/World Cup, our site dedicated to the tournament. What have we been having there?
Yeah, you spoke about Messi breaking the internet with his photos with goats.
But Messi too, why?
Because he's the GOAT.
He's a GOAT. The greatest of all time.
So he actually like Guante or
I saw there was a baby goat and then
I saw one interesting caption. It said Messi in a photo with his family. So that's it.
So that's the story.
That's the story there trending on my.
So who was it? I understand that it's the same people who took those incredible photos with Kim Kardashian where she was naked. Yeah, the paper.
So Messi has been paid some big money.
They simply want to emphasize that he's the GOAT.
He's the greatest of all time.
You don't need a GOAT to tell the world that somebody is the greatest of all
these
time.
People, Fifi, what else is on the side?
And also we had the Nigerian Jesse trending so much heavily because
Nigeria should forget about Jesse and play
the football.
Are we going there to show Jesse?
No, but the Jesse is beautiful, right?
Oh no, I'm not disputing that fact, but I'm just looking at how the fans are so fascinated about the Jesse and not really thinking about the
it's fetching a lot of money for the federation too.
I'm not disputing that, but I'm saying that
when you go to the work, it's not the money you are fetching for the fans.
They should focus on
about how well you are playing and the results that you play.
They should focus on what's on the pitch.
Fifi, what else?
We have the World Cup warm-up games. Brazil beating Croatia, England beating Nigeria, all of them on the myjoyonline.com/World Cup.
The Egypt squad is also out, we understand.
And Mo Salah, despite being injured, is going to the World Cup.
Anybody have any qualms about that? Since we are on the matter of
why did you
Mo Salah?
A half-fit Salah is better than.
Now you know what happened. If Salah had even only one leg, they will still take him. It's just how big he is for the Egyptians. But we could have a situation where by the time he actually kicks the ball, Egypt probably could have been eliminated.
I'm sure their second game he will be available to play.
No, they have to pump him.
Even if he can't play the full 90 minutes, probably maybe in the second half, 30 minutes.
Otherwise, that decision we might look at it with hindsight and think that they probably made a terrible decision. But again, it's difficult.
Hector Cooper
only Joachim Low could have decided to keep Salah out.
It would be very difficult. Hector Cooper stated that they're already missing Salah. I mean, if you monitor their qualifiers, Salah was the main person, and you could always see that when he's not in the team, the driving force was not there. In the game we played against Egypt in Alexandria, you could see that Salah brought something into the game. If Salah wasn't in that game, Ghana easily would have won that game. But because of the presence of Salah, when he touches the ball, the way how the people roar in the stadium tells you that this is one great player that they're all looking forward to. And he did all the magic and qualified them. So I mean, even if his leg one is off, Salah still will follow the
They played against Colombia on Friday and they were not the same.
But you see, the Egyptian team is all about Salah, but one man could make history, and I'm talking about El Hadari. He's 45 years, looking to be the oldest man to play at the World Cup. I'm looking forward to that.
We are all out looking forward to that. So much history, so much coverage of the FIFA World Cup coming. If you watch Joy News on television, you've been seeing the countdown in the top left corner as well. On our website, you've been seeing the build-up there. So like I've been saying since last week, we have profiles of all 32 teams. And by midnight today on our website, we will have all the 32 squads on our site as well. All the 32 squads on our site. And we have a piece with some very, very quirky stuff. Jeff Addo has already done a brilliant piece looking at the African teams and their histories at the World Cup so far. And Jeff Addo will be giving us more pieces. Joseph Agbobli is also doing some incredible stuff on the website. So our team is set. One of our guys from Ashesi University will be joining our coverage. He has already done a tactical piece on Egypt that will be unleashing very soon. We have a tactical piece on Nigeria, one on Tunisia, one on Senegal as well. So myjoyonline.com/World Cup should be the place to be for the tournament. Yes,
real quick, I've got a question. For Ghanaians, has the pain of missing out in the World Cup?
This matter you want to talk?
Has it begun to sink in?
Oh yeah.
I'm sure that in the coming days, eyes go red.
This weekend,
then we'll realize
somebody who kept and Ghana shouldn't qualify and and the person texted me and said, Charlie, it be like that, they miss Ghana.
You know why? The thing is, you've been used to watching the World Cup with Ghana. Since 2006. How old were you in 2006 up till now?
No, but even if you were old,
somebody like Selwyn. Selwyn
probably was
2006. A young man.
Watch 2006, watch 2010, watch 2014. This time there is no Ghana. It's just like if you're an Arsenal fan and you've been used to Arsene Wenger for 22 years, and in your lifetime you are going to see a new Arsenal manager. You know how it feels? It feels awkward.
Yeah, it does feel awkward. So that's the World Cup. There's more coming. Anything else we've missed in terms of the trending stories?
Kompany also picked up an injury, but I understand he's okay. Vincent Kompany,
he's fine.
So he made a final squad as well. So that was a worry there.
But you see, like Kompany is like Salah. He's the kind of guy that 30 minutes is fine. It's worth. He's worth putting a punt.
His presence alone in the team is enough for them.
Oh yeah. And for Nigeria, the squad that came out, they played against England. We know how that ended 2-1. A couple of players did not do well, but they were put in the squad. Joel Obi, Ogenyi Onazi. And you know the number one reason I'm hearing from Nigerians why Ogenyi made the squad. Okay. Wait for it. Apparently, he's the team leader in terms of when it comes to prayer and morale. That's why they took him.
Oh, that's very important.
Yeah.
It's very, very important.
And you see, some of the decisions people will not understand.
Yeah, it's important.
Apparently, when he gives
non-footballing reasons.
When he gives prayers in the morning, Jesus seems like you can see Jesus sitting down over there. You know what I mean?
There's one thing also trending. I saw something very interesting, funny on Twitter. Someone said, Leroy Sané is not making the World Cup. Talked about Icardi also not making the World Cup, Lacazette not making the World Cup, Martial not making the World Cup. Meanwhile, Danny Welbeck is going to the World Cup.
You people too.
Boys had to hammer on Danny Welbeck.
Danny Welbeck, isn't it? Anyway, more coming on our coverage in terms of the World Cup. I mean, please stay with us on Joy 99.7 FM. We have quite a lot happening from now to the end of the tournament on the 15th of July. It's the World Cup on Joy. And we have an interview coming up.
Salah turns Martina, puts him on his backside, goes the greats! My word, this boy's a star! Into
So, speaking of the World Cup, Ghana will not be there. And one player who we got used to for a lot of years is Ajiman Bedu. He made several squads, several tournaments, but he had a bit of a downer in terms of his Italian journey with Udinese, and so he had to leave. He's now playing for Bursaspor, and it's the first time he's gone out of, Italy since going to Europe. He's been there forever and ever. In an interview with Nathaniel Ato on the Joy Sports Link, he details what it's felt like leaving Italy. We get a bit of that, and then when we come back, we do some more here on the Joy Sports Track. Stay with us.
I think it's a very great experience when I went there because there's perceptions out there that Turkish league is not a good league and people go there because of money and stuff like that. Okay, it's a business. Football is business, so obviously the money side we have to add it up. But I think the supporters are they're crazy for football, because the team I went to, Bursaspor, one of the top 5 teams, and the supporters are amazing.
I see.
Every time the stadiums are full, and they support the team wherever we goes, and the league is really competitive. Like how I saw it outside, it wasn't like that.
I see.
And before going there, I spoke to a lot of players like Jerry Kamenko, the Adebayos, Onazis from Nigeria, John Boy. So they told me to tight up because it's a really tough league, and I really enjoyed myself there.
I see. And it's a place you'd like to be for a long time, like you were in Italy? Is it a place you'd... Yeah.
It's a long day, as you said at first, and I have to revert back to my former club, that is Udinese. Now I'm on holidays, my agent is working up, and we will see what will happen. I may stay in Italy or I may move as well.
I see. What's the one biggest lesson you've learned? I mean, after all of these seasons of consistency playing for Udinese, in the Italian Serie A?
The biggest lesson?
Yes.
That's a great question. I think I've learned a lot. A lot, and I've played with so many quality players. Udinese, the likes of Sanchez, who is playing for Manchester United now, and Andanovic, who is the goalkeeper of Inter Milan, the Di Natalis, and the Kwadwo Samuas. So I've learned a lot from those people, and I think it has really helped me in my career.
I see. Interesting stuff there. Away from Italy and probably Turkey, where you are now, is there a destination that you feel you'd want to, play your football in before you wrap things up with your career?
As of now, I wanted to taste the EPL.
Okay.
Which is every footballer's dream to be there, and you will see what will happen after these holidays, because my agent is working really hard, and I just have to relax a bit because I got injured in February for like 2 or 3 months, and I just recovered, so I need a lot of training before I can get back to pre-season. So I'm just focusing on my rehab now, and my agent is working. But I hope something good will come after July.
Wow. Now, we've seen loads and loads of players, especially at Udinese. I mean, Asamoah Gyan has played there. Mohamed Gago was there. Sule Ali Muntari was there. When you got in there, I mean, what were you told about what these players contributed to the club's, campaign and its growth over the years?
I think all the players you mentioned is Gago, who played there for long, and he was the captain at that time.
Yes.
So a black guy in Europe captaining the team, you can see he have done a lot for the club, and his name is still there. When you go to the club office, you see his pictures there.
I see.
So he's a legend there. Sule too is a legend there because he played with one of the great players there, the Di Natalis and the Andre Cannavares and the others. So those players have a big name. The Steven Appiah. We also watched Kwadwo Samuah did before moving to Juventus. Even Rabiu Mohammed signed for Udinese before leaving.
Yes.
Jonathan Mensah also did the same thing before leaving to Spain. So I can say it's a blessing club for Africa players as well, like Ghana players, because whoever goes there get a chance to play. The respect is there because what our brothers did there is really helping the Ghana players and the African players, because whoever is from Ghana, they say, oh, he's from Gago's country, he's from Steven Appiah's country, and it gave us a platform which the respect is there for Ghanaian players. That's why whoever comes from Ghana who plays for Udinese always have the opportunity to play a lot of games and make the name.
Tell me about the first day when you saw that picture of Mohamed Gago, added to other greats of the club there. What was the first thing that struck you? What went through your mind?
I was amazed, and it really gave me the courage that I have to work hard. Because if our big brother have done this, we don't have to come and spoil it. We just need to work very hard so that the name can be there forever. And it really helped me. 2 years ago he was there, and come and see the reception he got.
Wow.
He's really a legend there.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. All right. Now, what one thing do you? I mean, when you look back at what you've done in the Italian Serie A, what one thing do you think you'd have loved to happen, or you still want to happen, which is still a dream for you at Udinese?
I wanted to play the Champions League. Fortunately, we qualified twice.
Okay.
We played one against Arsenal and we lost. And we played against Sporting Braga the following year and we lost as well. So we couldn't enter the group stages. And I think that is the only thing I have regretted, because I have played the Europa League to the semi-finals, the quarter-finals with the Udinese. I have played more than 150 games for my 6 years. So I think I have done a lot there, and the only thing I couldn't do was not to qualify the team to the group stages of the Champions League.
I see. You mentioned England. Obviously, I mean, everybody has their favorites. I mean, nobody's, talking about where you want to go and play now, but you've got your favorite clubs, in the EPL, and I'm sure you follow some of them more than others.
Yeah.
Tell me about them.
I support Manchester United.
I see.
I'm a Man U fan. And
what drew you to them?
That was then when United was United. They have their character.
When you say that was then, there have been various, regimes. There have been various eras.
The rankings.
Okay.
Reaching the.
Okay.
You see the team.
Beckham, Giggs, Scholes, the rest of them. I see.
Yeah. They were winning trophies, and the team was amazing. Although as now it's a good team, but it's in the blood. Everything red is in my blood as Antikota.
Can Agyemang Badu affirm the fact that there is division in the current Black Stars team? He should be fair and firm. Okay, this is a listener who wants to know. He says, is there...
Prempeh.
Yes.
Agyemang Prempeh. That's my name, yeah?
Yeah, your namesake, yes.
Namesake. No, what I'm saying no is I don't need to be friends with Nathaniel before we can play for a national team.
And that's Agyemang Badu's take on what's happening in the Black Stars. This is the Joy Sports Track.
Joy 99.7 FM. Joy.
Last leg of the show now. Let's do some Ghana Premier League stuff. And the first round has ended. We have 15 matches gone. And on top is not Ashgold, who dominated for so long. If I were one of their board chairmen, I would put it to my coach. How did this happen? Because it looks so smooth sailing. I mean, we are not in Africa and so on and so forth. But at the end of the day, it's Medeama Sporting Club who are on top of the Ghana Premier League. We'll speak to their spokesperson now, Patrick Akoto, to give us an idea of what the feeling is like in the team camp. Patrick, thank you for joining us.
Gary, it's always a delight to be talking to you.
Right. So, Medeama are top of the table. How did you do it? Because if I had to name my top three after 3 games even of the Ghana Premier League season, I wouldn't have said Medeama would have been top of the table by now.
Well, that could be right. I mean, you have gotten your bet wrong and you have lost some...
Obviously.
Some hundreds and thousands of Ghana cities.
Mm-hmm.
But it's self-gratifying for us as a club that we find ourselves at the top of the Premier League table at the end of the first round. It's been hard work. We've been working seriously behind the scenes. We changed the model of the club from going for high-profile players, household name players, well-made players, and to hunt for the younger ones who are coming through the screens. Is the reason why we have to, ensure that our networking system, our scouting system work extremely well. We are excited that the likes of Samuel Appiah, Bright Angel, Ali, Ouattara, Samuel Ofori, these are young chaps from second-tier and third-tier divisions of Ghana football who are playing their first ever Premier League football in Ghana. And we are excited that they have taken the challenge and they've crushed the squad, and they are playing some delectable football, and we are hopeful that it will spur us on. We have made the point that winning the Ghana Premier League is not the ultimate goal. Our target is to develop players and sell them. It's as simple as that. Hone their talents and sell them. It's as simple as that. If we finish among the top 4, we will be grateful. But really, winning the ultimate is not the top priority for us.
Wow, Medeama has become a selling club. That's official. That's very interesting. From a team that used to buy, the biggest and best players. I mean, that's quite shocking. Why? Is it that, to put it bluntly, your money finish?
Oh no, absolutely not. I mean, we are not in football for the fancifulness of it. We are not just in football to entertain people. You just don't invest in football because you want people to go to the stadium every Sunday and go and watch. You are investing in football because you want to have returns, and the only way you can have returns really is to ensure that you sell some of these players to some of these stellar clubs in Europe and elsewhere. I mean, it is not about the fact. It's the reason why, if you remember, I mean, in the early stages of this year, we made the announcement that we will possibly be offloading some of our shares from the club president. So a lot of people have come in, they're interested. The idea is to expand the club more. The idea is to open the frontiers. We want to sell. It's as simple as ABC. I mean, it doesn't make practical sense for anybody. I mean, to invest huge sums of money into club every year, and players are going for on a free transfer, players go in and come with all the investment that comes into it. So we will sell, and we will sell to clubs that are interested. I mean, and so that is the new model. And so we have joined the train of selling players to clubs in Europe and elsewhere. And Gary, I tell you what, at the end of the season, you will see, we will sell our players, we'll get new ones. Thankfully, the fact that talent abounds in Ghana is well documented. It is no doubt. We will continue to keep hunting for talent, and we will sell them. It's as simple as that.
Fantastic. So, second round, what are you looking at? I mean, you've said that winning the league is not your priority. So, what should we expect in terms of the tactics and the way that you are going to approach the games?
Well, what it means is that a lot of pressure is going to be on us. I tell you, teams have now seen the kind of quality that we possess, at least at the end of the first round. So clearly, any team that comes up against Medeama will prepare adequately, and that puts enormous pressure on the players. It puts enormous pressure on the technical team. But we have made them to understand that they should just go out there and enjoy themselves. They should just go out there and exhibit their true talent for the good people of this country. I mean, like I said, the top four finish for us, it will be an ideal. But hey, if it happens that we manage to sneak it, why not? We'll be happy about it. But like I said, it's not a top priority. We will look forward to an exciting time. Gladly, we have about, I don't know how long it's going to take for us to bounce back, because we are being told that the Ghana Stars will have to clear their standing matches. You know, we have an outstanding issue also with Elmina Sharks and all that. So I'm sure within the time frame, some FA Cup matches will be played. The draw will be held tomorrow, we are told. And so we'll get to know our opponent. If we're able to progress further, we will see how it goes. But it's extremely refreshing here in Tarkwa. And for the first time, we're on top of the league at the end of the first round. It's a modest really for us. And we want to hit a notch higher. We are more interested in developing the quality of the players and ensuring that they are able to step up to the plate when it matters most and play in the big games. And they've shown that this season, playing against the likes of Kotoko, Ghana Stars, and House of Oak, for instance.
All right, Patrick.
Where in Cape Coast yesterday, you have been impressed with the quality of play, especially in the second half, where we were totally dominated, and we got that last-minute brilliance from Tahiru Awudo.
Patrick Akoto, thank you very much for your time.
It's always a delight to be fertilizing ideas with you, Gary.
That's the spokesperson for Medeama Football Club, bringing an end to the Joy Sports Show. Let me take a couple of comments. Jerry Kodo says, with the abundance of talent in the German squad, surprises like the omission of Sané are always on the cards. However, he's still young and the whole world will be looking out for him in Qatar 2022. Kofi Esitre says, I disagree with Benedict there. Yes, it's disappointing. Leroy missed out on the plane to Russia after a stellar season with Man City, but Joachim Löw has shown over the years that he finds a winning setup regardless of whom he leaves out. Löw believes in playing as a unit more than the individual standout players, and he's shown that with the kind of football they play. So, more comments coming in on that as well, and we'll be having, discussions with you offline on the Joy Sports page. Abigail, happy birthday to you. Thank you very much for joining us as well. We wanted to talk about the Ghana Premier League, but because of time, we are unable to do that. Also, a bit of news on Serena Williams. Today, the quads was failed at Roland Garros as we're awaiting her game with Maria Sharapova, Serena has pulled out. She says she has an arm problem. Yes. She says, I mean, all sorts of conspiracy theories are going on social media because people feel that she's running away from it. But my response would be, why would she be running away from somebody she's beaten for 14 years in a row? You know. So Serena is out. You can get more on myjoyonline.com. And a reminder that the World Cup is with us. myjoyonline.com/World Cup. My name is Gary L. Smith. Time now for the news at 2. Bye-bye.
Salah turns Martina, puts him